Visiting London for the first time, tips and tricks. Traveling to the London for the first time, here you'll find practical London travel tips to help you navigate the city like a pro. Plan your itinerary and make the most of your trip and budget. Number one is use the London Pass to save money on attractions. If you're planning to visit any of London's paid attractions, such as the Tower of London, Westminster Abbey, or London Zoo, then I highly recommend buying the London Pass. The London Pass is a prepaid sightseeing card that gives you free entry to over 90 of the best tourist attractions in London. You don't have to worry about waiting in long tickets line. Just buy the London Pass online, download the app on your phone, and scan your pass at each attraction entrance. Instead of buying individual tickets at each attraction, you can save up to 50% off a regular admission price with the London Pass. Number two is arrive early to attractions. London is the one of the most popular travel destinations in the world, which means that both its free and paid attractions can get quite busy with tourists, locals, and school groups. If you want to beat the crowds, try your best to arrive early, ideally when the attraction opens and during the week. Weekends, bank holidays, and the summer months, peak travel season, are the busiest time to visit London's attractions. It also helps to buy your tickets in advance so you don't have to waste time waiting in long ticket lines. Instead, head straight to the entrance for those who already have tickets and enjoy more time sightseeing. If you are using the London Pass or London Explorer Pass, you can head straight to the entrance since your pass is your ticket. Number three is book in advance. London receives around 30 million visitors from around the world every year. If you have your heart set on visiting a certain attraction, seeing a particular show, or eating at a specific restaurant, you should book in advance. Booking in advance will save your money and the hassle of having to wait in long lineups. When you are in London, especially during the hot summer months, just skip the line and head straight to the attraction or restaurant. Number four is stay as centrally in London as you can afford. Many first time visitors want to know what is the best area to stay in London. Whether you are visiting for a weekend or an entire week, you will never run out of things to see and do. I know it can be tempting to stay outside of central London to save money on your accommodation, but you will regret doing this. This is because commuting to the city every day will cost you a lot of money and time. Instead, use that extra time and money for sightseeing. Staying in central London allows you to see and do more in less time. It's also nice to back to the hotel and in the afternoon to freshen up before going out in the evening. Number five is tipping is appreciated but not expected in London. If you are visiting London from the United States or Canada, you might be surprised to learn that tipping is not very common in London. Here are some suggestions on how to tip like a local in London. Restaurants 10%. Most restaurants in the city add an optional service charge between 10% to 12.5% to the bill. If you enjoyed the service, you can pay this optional service charge. Service charges or gratuities are exactly the same as a tip in London. If the service wasn't to your satisfaction, then you can ask for this optional service charge to be removed from the bill. If a service charge wasn't included on your bill, you can choose to leave a small tip between 10% and 15% of the bill when eating out. Fast food, no tip. It's not customary to pay a tip for fast food, self service, or takeaway meals. Bars and pubs, no tip. Most people don't tip in bars and pubs unless you get table service. When buying a drink at the bar, you don't need to tip the bartender. Hotels depends. Some luxury hotels charge a service fee, although it's always appreciated to tip a £1 to £2 for a bellhop who helps you with your luggage or a doorman who gets you a taxi. You don't need to tip housekeeping staff, but you can leave an amount of your choosing upon departure. Taxis round up. It's customary to round up your fare to the nearest pound. Although if you had a long journey or a driver helped with your luggage, it's polite to tip 10 to 15% of the taxi fare. Tours depends. For paid tours, it's up to the customer if they want to leave a tip. For free tours, it's customary to leave your tour guide a tip since this is how they make their living. Number 6 is public transportation is the best way to get around the city. While London is a very walkable city, your feet will eventually get tired. When this happens, you can choose to take public transport like hire a taxi, Uber, or ride the hop on hop off bus tour. London has one of the largest public transportation networks in the world and it's quick and easy to use. You can ride the London Underground, the tube, public buses, a riverboat, or trains to get around the city. Number 7 is avoid driving in London if possible. Since London is a walkable city and it has an excellent public transport network, there is no need to rent a car when visiting London. Most tourists don't drive in the city because there is limited parking and traffic can get really congested during peak times. Number 8 is most of the museums are free in London. While London's paid attractions can be expensive, you will be happy to know that most of the museums are free to visit. This is great for families or those who are traveling on a budget. Here are some of the London's best free museums. The British Museum, National Gallery, National History Museum, a Science Museum, Imperial War Museum, Victoria and Albert Museum, Tate Modern, a National Maritime Museum. These free museums can get quite busy during peak travel times, Easter, Christmas, summer months, and bank holidays, so it's best to visit in the early morning. Some museums, such as the National Gallery and National History Museum, allow you to book a time slot to visit. I highly recommend doing this to save time waiting in long queues. Number 9 is the weather in London can be unpredictable. It's not uncommon for the weather to change from sunshine to drizzling rain or even thunderstorms all within the same hour. Even if the forecast calls for no rain, I still recommend packing a travel umbrella or packable rain jacket just in case. During the summer months, I also saw many people using umbrellas to keep cool from the sun. This can be especially helpful if you are waiting outside in the long queue. Number 10 is avoid bank holidays and school breaks. If you want to avoid crowds and high hotel rates, try to avoid visiting London during bank holidays and school breaks. July, August, and December around Christmas are the busiest times to visit London. Instead, the best time to visit London is in the late spring, early summer, and the late summer, early autumn when the weather is pleasant. Also, enjoy visiting London at the end of November, early December when the city is decorated with Christmas lights and holiday events have started. It, it's quiet and you will beat the crowd that arrive closer to Christmas. Number 11 is try to visit London in the shoulder season. The cheapest time to visit London is in January and March. Weekend hotel rates are usually cheaper than weekdays. The most expensive time to visit London is in August and December around Christmas time. Rainfall in London is highest in August and November. It's lowest in March and April. which is a beautiful time to visit a city with mild weather and less crowds. By visiting during the shoulder or low season, you could save money on accommodation and enjoy more time sightseeing due to fewer tourists.